Good morning, year one, and welcome to our last day on addition and subtraction. Today, you're going to really enjoy yourselves because we've got a bit of a game to play. But before we get started, we're going to be revising and doing some halving. So get whiteboards, whiteboard pens, pens and paper ready, and when you're ready, we'll get started. Okay, so before you do these, I'm just going to remind you of how we did some of these before the holidays and how you can do them either using counters or anything like Lego blocks, or if you've got tens and ones or access to the tens and ones app, how you can solve these using that. So I'm going to do the first of the developing, and we're going to do the first of the secure. So for the first of the developing, what we need to do is use this halving grid, and they're very easy to make, obviously. Just need to divide a piece of paper into two. So let's go for it. We're going to count out 1, 2, remember we go each side, 3, 4. So what is half of 4? It's split equally into two sections of 2. Now, I'm going to remove those. Now we're going to have a go at half of 24. Now, obviously, let's make the 24. If we were to make it out of counters, it would work, but it would take a while. So we're going to use 10 and 1s. So 24 is, so let's make it out of the, let's count out 20, 10, 20, and then we want 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's start with the ones, splitting them in two. So we've got 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. Now we can put 10 bar in there and a 10 bar in here. Okay. Now you probably want bigger grids than I've done because I've made a bit of a mess of that. But effectively, you've got now in this first grid 10, 11, 12. And in the second grid, you've got 10, 11, 12. So the answer is going to be 12. And that's how you use the tens and ones instead of the counters. Okay, so have a go at the rest of this, and then we'll go through the answers. Okay, so we've now got half of 6, which would be putting 3 in each side. Welcome back, by the way. Half of 8 is 4 each side. Half of 10 is 5 each side. Half of 14 is 7 each side. All of these are better done with counters or single 10 bar, 10 single 1 cubes. Then we've got half of 16 is 8. Half of 18 is 9, and then half of 20, this is the first one, you'd probably use the 10 bars, and you'd end up with basically 10 in each side like that. So the answer is 10. Then half of 24 is 12, half of 26, basically we've already got 24, we could count on 25, 26. So the answer is 13. Next one, we count on another 2. So we've got 25, 27, 28. So on each side there is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Half of 0. If you've got nothing and you halve nothing, it's still nothing. Right, now these last ones I want to show you again using the grid. So okay, so we've got, this is saying half of something equals 2. So we know that the halves equal 2. So on each side there must be 2. So how many are there all together? 4. Brilliant. And this time, the next one, we've got each side, something half of something equals 4. So we would be able to put 4 in each side. 3, 4, 3, 4. So how many are there all together? That's brilliant. That's 8. And that's basically how you do these. So that's going to be 6, and that one's going to be 10. Okay. Brilliant. So now are you ready for today's fun? So today you're going to be finding different ways to sum, to basically add up more than 2 digits. So this is what you're going to be using. You're going to be doing this challenge. Now this is an example of a problem, but what we're going to do is we're going to turn it into a challenge like this, okay, where you're actually going to do this. So that's what we will have set up in the hall using beanbags. At home, the important thing is to have the score 1, score 2, score 3 and score 4, and have something that can be thrown in. Now we're going to use beanbags. You probably don't have beanbags at home, but a ball or anything like that, and if it lands in, ideally you want something that won't roll away, and I would make these quite big. So we're going to have a go at doing this, and then in our plenary we're going to talk about the different ways you can score these using this. So if you score a beanbag in there, a beanbag in there and a beanbag in there, you would have to total those 3 up, and if you missed with your 4th beanbag it would go there. Okay, but you're only actually, sorry, you're only throwing 3 beanbags, so if you scored those 3 you total those up. Okay, so here we go. This is what our grid looks like, and this is what you can use to record it. Throw 1 would have been, say you scored a 1. Throw 2, you scored a 3. And throw 3, you scored a 2. You need to work out a way to total these up to give you your answer there. And the method you're going to use is up to you. This is your investigation. So you can use that grid, and I'll put it back up again in a minute. And then this is the challenge. Set up 4 different buckets, throw 3 balls, 3 whatever you're throwing, count your score, have a go about 5 or 6 times, okay? And record them all here. And once you've done that, we're going to have a think about the plenary. Now, if you're throwing 3 beanbags, what is the highest score Dan can get? And some of you may have got that highest score. The highest score is going to be landing 1 in the 4, 2 in the 4, 3 in the 4. So it's going to be 4 plus 4 plus 4. Now, how do we do this kind of addition? Well, the simplest way is do 4 plus 4, which we know is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then count on from 8. So you might want to write the 8 down, but you probably don't need to. Count on another 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the answer is 12. Okay. 3 ways of scoring 6. Well, let's start with, you could score a 1 plus a 2 plus a 3. You could also score 2, 2, and 2. And because you can actually miss, you could also do 2 plus 4 plus 0, which is your miss. So all of these make 6 so far. And you also could do 3 plus 3 plus a miss, which equals 6. And I'm not going to go through the last 2 because you've got a pretty good idea of what are the scores, and also have a think about how you can find the 3. But that is the end of this lesson, and it's the end of our work for the moment on addition and subtraction. You've been brilliant. I hope you enjoyed that game today.